so happy to be dedicating her wall today. And Amy is a client, as is everyone standing behind me. So this group caught the vision of what Angel's Paws was and said, you know, this sounds like an entrepreneurial venture, and maybe you could use some help. And so they have stepped up and been incredible help. Now, Jeff is parking cars. Oh, no. There's Jeff back there. He is our male volunteer. He's like, you need more men to volunteer, Tammy. And I'm like, yes, we do. We certainly do. And I see Renee out here. Renee, if you will just go ahead and come on up, because you may, as this comes around once a year. Renee saw our article in the Natural Awakenings and called and said, you know, maybe you could use some help. So she is here today as her introductory effort, and I thank you for that. So just one more round of applause for this group who put on this event and so many more things that happen throughout the year. We could not do without them. So thank you. Okay. Number 3. The Pet Memorial Walk. We are going to be having our first ever Pet Memorial Walk at the Blue Ash Summit Park this year, May 16th. Please go into the thank you room where the thank you balloons are and sign up if you have not done so already. Bring your new babies. Bring the sibling pets out to the pet who you're walking in memory of. If it's cats and you can't bring cats out to the walk, well, you could, but they would not like it very much. Please make sure we have pictures. We're going to have a special way to acknowledge both cats and the pet who we are walking in memory of. So please make sure that we do that. Let's see. Oh, number 2. Oh, yeah. I'm in complete remission. Wow, 16 months of chemo, double mastectomy. I know, I look pretty amazing. And radiation. It was a real 16-month journey, and it was absolutely for the purpose of Angel's Paws. I will tell you, I did not have any angst about the diagnosis, not once. John, true? And I really saw that the role of the sick pet, which is what I was, is much more difficult than the role of the caregiver. You know, at one point I had 1,000 mouth sores from the chemo, and John was offering me a buffet of everything from aloe water to chicken broth to try to get something over this mouth, and it just wasn't going to happen. However, because of that, I have a new understanding of what pets are going through when they have mouth cancer, for example. And the fact that oral medications, which still many vets will send their pet home with mouth problems, are not going to get across that barrier. Angel's Paws has pioneered many new ways to deliver medication, including a transdermal gel that can go right inside the ear, so you don't have to go this route and you can get them pain managed. So there's a lot of things that have been learned by this journey that was so necessary. That said, I'm really glad it's over. And because it was busy enough to do a 24/7 service, let alone doing one while I was doing another full-time job of treatment. So I'm very glad, and I appreciate all of your kind prayers and words that you guys gave me along the way. Okay, so we are coming to the main event here, and that is, oh, I've got plenty of time. Let me see. Thank you for keeping on turning that over and over. Okay, so last year, this other incredible thing happened. Thanks to Amy painting the wall, thanks to the Tap Keys who donated the Bobo Tap Key picture that kind of got the wall inspired and got us going on a direction that I wanted to thank people who were giving money to Angel's Paws. As I said, I started this with a retirement fund of my own. Cincinnati is too big for me to be able to help all of the needy pets who need our service. I couldn't do it all by myself. So along the way, you guys have been giving a donation to us, and I was sending a thank you note, and it never felt like enough. Through the Bobo Tapke picture that came, inspiring the wall that Amy was kind enough to create, we had the idea to memorialize those pets that you have been donating in honor of. And so last year we did that. I set up a separate bank account for those donations specifically. So 100% of your money, while it's not tax deductible, because we are, I'm putting air quotes that we are for profit. Trust me, we are, even 5 years in, we are not for profit yet, but we, and you can't take it off of your taxes, but 100% of your money goes to help people who could not afford us. So, I want to just tell you what has happened over the last year, just a couple of quick stories. The first thing is that you just have to laugh, don't you? That's true. That's true. Nan says it can't last forever. There's not that much grass over there. We created a process for people to be able to tap into that fund. The fund was not going to last a long time, I felt, if we didn't have a way for people to kind of be screened into it. So what we do is when people call, and there's two kinds of people who call Angel's Paws when they're checking price. Some are checking price because it's a pet and they're not going to spend that much money, and they want to see how if we're the cheapest ones out there or not. Those people are not our clients, but those, we do get those calls. Then we get people who call checking on price because they love their pet, but for whatever reason, either they've already spent a lot of money trying to keep their pet alive, or they just don't have the means. Money is a true issue. So the first step we ask people to do is apply for Care Credit. Care Credit is a way for people to have a 6-month payment plan with no interest and no penalty. I tried myself offering a payment plan to people over the first 1 through 3 years, and unfortunately, again, that's when I learned I'm this, big tough person. I'm just not big enough for what Cincinnati needs. So this allows us to offer 6-month interest-free payment plans to people. People will